Let's listen to Bring the Fate from Umineko. I woke up for this. Were you staying up till 5 playing Mecha Break? You deviant. Dude, what? Yeah, I know, Moonlight. Don't you love that? Ah, it's gonna drop. Hold on. Haven? Yeah, I've heard of it. It doesn't drop. That's interesting. Do you hear this ever so it's interesting in the upper register? In the upper register, there's this little twinkling. Yeah, nice drop. There's this little twinkling melody that must be a callback to another instance. And it's interesting how we get it as this kind of like memory or homage to something else, which is really fun. Also love how it naturally resolved. 5. Actually, I wish I knew. 5-1. No, it's definitely is the tonal center of the piece. Da da. That's a third. Da da. I have all this poop on my keyboard. D. It doesn't hit as much. I'm gonna miss swearing, chat. I gotta win back my family friendly vibes. It should be empty. It should be empty. You're right, actually. Whoa! I love that slow roll. What's up, Viper? Wow, that's so elegant. I was mean to somebody? Oh yeah, that was, yeah. It's a visual novel called Umineko. So subtle. What a subtle melody coming in there, pushing through over the top too. Isn't that so evocative? Wait, isn't that so evocative? The very slow roll. So so actually no, it's not a roll. It's it's stodgy. So sha 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 sha. Isn't it amazing how when we slow down the tempo, I guess it's not really rubato either. Rubato would be to steal the time and then make up for it. But in this particular case, what I love is, again, so the melody is right in the center of this like big wall of atmospheric sound. a lot of maybe like bass, a lot of depth to it, right? But then you get this and then here you get this real shot. Ryan, how long is this visual novel? So this is from a visual novel, and I'll tell you what. Visual novels of me, I kind of immediately dismiss them because I'm like, well, if I want to read, I'll read a book. But the last 2 weeks, ever since discovering Fate Zero, I've been reading Fate Stay Night. First of all, did not know that when one chapter ends, you go back to the starting screen. I was like, I'm confused. What do I push continue or do I push new game? I don't remember what I did. I think I pushed new game because I finished the first chapter that dealt with Rin, and then I started a new chapter that talks about, I forget who. Anyway, all that to say, it's crazy how visual novels actually are pretty intriguing. Not related to Umineko, but I think like Fate Stay Night kind of gets lost in the sauce a little bit. There's like a lot of random details and like, I don't know, I could use some chopping there. But it reads, because you're just pushing A or X, it reads really, I don't know, efficiently. And so my mind has kind of changed on visual novels. And I've like read like Arknights or Punishing Gray Raven, and they're fine. But there's always that little bit of like, I kind of want to I'd rather play a game. But reading like a full-on visual novel where it's just meant to be read like a book without the gameplay, what's the difference? There isn't any. I suppose there is a little bit of gameplay in Umineko, but it's interesting because it's like, well, is it a game? Is it a book? It's a visual novel. I don't know. It's cool, but this is glorious. Oh, 13 Sentinels. Yeah, that's on my to-do list for forever. Yeah. Wow. It's really, 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 really majestic here. Super, super classical with some really new ideas in there thrown around. It's really nice. Slay the Princess. That's a visual novel. I really should read that. I actually like choose your own adventure type stuff. The lyrical style is different from other Katamari songs. The lyrics are by series creator Keita Takashi, leading some to believe it is sung from the perspective of the king of all cosmos. I'm not plugging my Patreon. Well, I will. If you like anime or like video game music and you want me to listen to a track you have in mind, check it out at patreon.com. I'm trying to be better about this. Patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. At $5, you can watch every single anime I've seen. I've got the JJK. Anyway, let's listen to Bluffing Damacy. My anime list. I think you're right. That sounds amazing, Red Card. You know what's weird? This track reminds me of this Italian guy that I used to listen to, Pino Daniele, who passed away a couple years ago. I used to listen to it with my dad a lot, and it was the same style of music. But it was on Neapolitan Italian, so it'd be like actually this sounds way better. But it's interesting. The point I'm trying to make is both are very laid back, which is super fun. Even though this has like a nice rhythm to it, it's also very like casual. And really, I mean, I'm looking at a lyric right now that says, I want to try something new and I feel refreshu. It's pretty dope, you know? And it's the kind of thing where you wouldn't even need to like, what's there to even say about it besides it's an awesome vibe piece, you know? But I love how musically it really leans into this like essence of like active rest, you know, like you're just hanging out, you know what I mean? It's almost like barely doing anything, you know? And the flute takes over and it's like, okay. I just want to get up and dance. Yep, Valentino, yeah. It's just so charming. I think the reason why you're saying that it sounds a little sad or melancholic is, see ya, administrator, is because of the way that it you're probably thinking it's melancholic because of the way that it's descending down. So it's not going up, which we usually would kind of like, you know, that has a more obviously optimistic sound to it, a little bit more relaxed. Hey, B88, thank you. So I think what's happening here, and the reason why you're feeling that, Eloy, is because it's going out, and then it's re-emphasizing the bottom notes. Could be why, but it's very chilly. Like you almost tune your brain out. I have to actively remind myself to pay attention because it's so relaxed. Nice to see you. I like the piano here. I adored that. I mean, like, that's awesome. Like what a vibe. I'm gonna highlight the shit out of that. What a great piece. Anybody that listens to that is gonna be like, I love it. You know what I mean? It's great. I saw online someone said I should change my name to Marco Eats Balls. Oh god, that cracks me up. Fire Emblem Fates. Final Elites. You finish the game and now you get to listen to this amazing piece of music. It has the Fire Emblem theme in it, which makes sense. This is Final Elites from Fire Emblem Fates. Ooh! Fire Emblem Fates. Fire Emblem Fates. What? Oh, on the 3DS. Yes, I have this. Oh my god, this is what plays? Exactly this? Hiroki Morishita, Takeru Funazaki, Yanushisa Baba, Rei Kondo, and Masato Koda. Matt Mercer vocals? I hate to stop that, but I have to. What I really like is how, so it starts really gently, and then as we build, we get this constant momentum. And then over top we go just with the beautiful and then we're going to get into the chorus here because this is only 1 minute and 50 seconds in, so 2 minutes into a six minute piece, so it's still building. And what I really like about that is that it already feels really dense and full as it's building, even though it's building, but it still has this core established motif and rhythmic identity as it builds. So it's not just like a slow kind of burn, it actually is like going somewhere. And I love how it oscillates between the sense of strength and confidence and also the real like inner emotional aspects of the piece, if that makes sense. Sort of the conclusion of it, right? Yeah, so what I would say is right now it's starting to be, I know it's really nice. So the trumpet's going ba-dee-da-bee-da-dee, but what I'm actually finding is it's kind of droning on a little bit. This is part of me celebrating my opinions even when they're negative. I find that it's starting to drone and I kind of want it to get to the point a little bit, like a full 30 seconds later. All of a sudden my opinion on it's shifted a little bit and I still like it. I still like how very fluid it is, especially with the upper stuff and the horns and the strings. But it's like, all right, man, get on with it. You know, it's kind of like when I talk a lot, it's like, all right, what's the point? That's how I'm starting to feel a little bit. Oh yeah, it's credits. You're right. You're right. Makes sense. You're right. It is credits. I'll give credit where credit's due. She did. Oh! Can you drop that in my Discord, XO? I'd like to listen to it. Just general. Ooh, this is really nice. Oh, this is amazing now. Oh, that's awesome. Little remix of it. The French horns take it. That's beautiful. No, it wasn't from Final Fantasy. It was from Fire Emblem. I love that. So it's interesting how we have the first half, which is really busy and movement and stuff. And then all of a sudden it pulls all the way back and we get this flip side of it, which is deeply personal, even though it's this national anthem sort of galvanizing, you know, real procession kind of a track. But it does so in a glorious way. And it's just beautiful to start with the choir, pull it all the way back, really internal. Oof, it's so beautiful. I love that track. Well, I love the back half of that track. I'll be honest, the front half of it, it's like, okay. I wish that it had taken, it would have completely changed the song, but I wish that it had taken the Fire Emblem theme, kind of created variations on it, sort of spun around and then circled back on it. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, that was nice. I like that. If you guys don't mind, I want to listen to this. This is an original Iron Mouse song? Opera song, huh? I've never heard her sing before. Wow, this is a really good orchestration. What is this? Iron Mouse opera song. Music Box of Fate. Vocals by Iron Mouse. Animated and directed by Studio Dimensionoise. Motion graphics by Ray. Music by Starlight and Wonder. Original score by Starlight Darrell. Really? This is glorious. See, this is the thing. Modern composition is out there. Like, why can't this be in an opera? Why can't you present this in an orchestra? Just even off the bat. I mean, like the strings, the way the strings are, you know, all this other stuff.
Endless night, through every nightmare alone and afraid. Round it would play the music box of fate. Then one day, when every melody had been played, through your voice, my world was falling.
Wow, that's really something, isn't it? I mean, it's really good. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Not because I don't think she's talented, but I've never heard Iron Mouse sing before. I know her stream, like her voice is very light and it has a point to it. It's fairly like in the nose. It's very like not nasal per se, but it's just very like light and stuff. And so here we don't get an overproduction, so it's not like oh, we're not going for this like oh, we're not going for that like rich sound. So we're still using her voice, but it has a little bit of that soft palate lift in the back that creates the operatic sound. There is some breath, of course. It's not necessarily like fully like the chords and stuff, but it doesn't really matter, because what it does is it produces this really, really beautiful vibrato, and it carries really well. Like it feels very rich and buoyant. And it's interesting too, because in the beginning, her vibrato is fairly fast, which is a very normal thing. Some sopranos and some singers in general have fast vibrati. But then as she goes up into the upper register, it slows down a bit and it gets really this lovely evenness to it, much like she had with the faster vibrato. And then when she goes up into the upper register, beautiful, like super great use of like production, whatever the notes are, and again, really nice. There's no muscle strain, which is something that, for instance, me, I tend to get carried with a lot of strain in the neck muscles, and in this case, Iron Mouse doesn't have that. It's really interesting, because it has this like almost angelic, very lightness. It's not like a full lyric sound. It's pretty. I'm gonna keep listening.
Even though apart, loneliness could sway my heart.
Like that's genuinely sway my heart. It's done in a really nice way where it's right in the right spot of her range. Really nice vowels and everything's really clean. It doesn't feel like she's overproducing from the nose, and it doesn't feel like she's stuck in the back of her throat. Just a quick rewind, and I want to keep listening because it's actually a really nice sort of pseudo tango. Listen to this though. This is actually really well. Really, I'm really impressed. See, and there's a little bit of really nice dictation too. Nothing could sway my heart. Again, it's not muscular. It's not locked in. I think that's a G. My heart. No, it's probably more like an E or an F. It doesn't matter. And that's hard. That's hard. So this is really hard. Just repeating the same notes sometimes you can get kind of stuck, and she doesn't get stuck. It's really cool. And that's actually a hard phrase to repeat. Man, we won't rewind, but really the way she pops up, really good technique. Really good technique. Hold on. That's really good. But see, even I can't do it, but also I haven't warmed up or anything. That's high C. Ba, 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 ba. Just black coffee just sitting on my chords. But this is really nice. Yeah. And the reason why that's so impressive, actually, is because it's the triplets. Ba 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 be. Everything I've ever had. And then she goes back up. Like the tiniest bit of wavering, but it doesn't really matter, right? For you, it's just really, I mean, that is a very hard phrase to do over time, and she manages to stay in the pocket for all of it, really.
Nothing else can sway my heart. From the start, you shone brighter than heaven's star. Even
Oh, key change, okay. What the hell? This is hard. This is hard. This is high. That's high. That's high. Oh! Yes! Yes! Yes, Queen! Oh my god, that's high! That's a high E. Yes! That's really good. What a nice climax too, and it key changes and it goes even higher. This is actually a pretty damn freaking hard song. What's hard about it is that, so there's this thing in singing called tessitura, and tessitura is where the song stays for the extent of the piece. And if something's rangy, you can kind of get away with it. But when something's within a little part of the voice called the passaggio, which is that's where we kind of tighten up a little bit with our sound. We really want to lean in. So then we can open back up into the upper register. Have you ever seen the Glenn Close video? And the land of the free. She can't get up over the top of it because she's completely in head voice. And Mouse here does a really interesting thing because the balance between her chest, I don't think she's really using chest, but the balance between the lower register and then going up into the upper register, the passaggio area is handled really well. And then when she goes up into the upper register, like we hear at the very end, clarion, really nice, and I'm really impressed. That's pretty cool. That is really, really well done. If she were auditioning, I actually think she could feasibly book. I think she could book. It's amazing, actually. Her donation thing, that is mind-blowing to me on her Tiltify. I'm going to link it. I'll probably cut this up and put it in a separate video. I'm going to link it because the fact that she was able to raise that, her original donation was like 10 grand. And I think it crossed well over $1 million. It's really impressive. Spring from Stardew Valley. A peaceful game, yet grindy. People love this game. Similar to Animal Crossing, there's no end game point. I guess the main objective here is to farm until you're bored. And date people, of course. I've heard winter. Oh yeah, this one. Stardew never hit me either, for what it's worth. It's interesting. I mean, the song is called Spring, It's a Big World Outside. And there is definitely a sound of like real, I think, relaxation in that. And also, you know, you feel and you hear the budding of the flowers and the leaves starting to grow on trees and you know, the feeling of like the grass, the smell of the grass. And why is that? Well, I think because of the melody line, you know. And also too, when you listen to the bass, da dum jum da da dum jum ja da dum jum dum da dum jum bum bum, like that all has like bubbling energy to it. And I think to me that's why I feel that way. And then the harp is like just elegance, you know. And now we start to build on it, you know. Now we have doubling, we have this really lovely harmony, which is like actually doubling down on the idea, you know. Oh, that is nice. That too, though, I love that mallet instrument just kind of kicking in. It does really feel like, I don't know why it made me think of turtles, but there's something, you know, you get this real nice guitar and the bongos in the background, and there's a real peaceful quality about it, isn't there? Of just rest and relaxation. And like, you know, spring is different than summer because summer can be very oppressive. It's hot. It's, you know, all you want to do is cool down. Spring is like the return of life, isn't it? Spring is about rebirth after death, you know, or the rest period, we'll say. And so then to have this sort of awakening, it kind of feels like this would be a really nice alarm to wake up to, because it feels like spring is waking up, you know, everything's coming back, you know what I mean? Hey, Cypher, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. EST. Really lovely harmony there, too. And then to pull all the way back, it's like, okay, it's time to get to work. I almost picture the sun rising there, you know, because there's some twinkling in it. Whoa, yeah. Lovely little piece. I love percussion, marimba, vibraphone, xylophone, you name it, I love it. Had I known this piece existed, I would have played it for my friend Andrew that came. Oh, he might come back again actually, but he's a percussionist, so I played him some really great pieces, a lot of bangers. But it would have been nice to be able to play a piece like that. Who put Persona 5 in my playlist? Grills BB. Desire Surrender, though, we'll give this a go. With the release of the global version of Persona 5X, which apparently now has mixed reviews due to the gacha system there. I found this one on my YouTube recommended, though, and I'll share this one. I just saw the copyright note, just swapped it out. Sorry for that. Well, that's okay. Oh, thanks, Norvax. Okay. So what do I like? Well, I really like the rhythm. I really like the forward momentum. I really enjoyed the guitar very much and sort of the kind of riffing, improvisatory vibe of the whole piece. It felt very like confident and poised, which I really liked. It felt kind of like, well, it's a great little battle theme. It feels like a theme about, hey, and never backing down kind of. Well, now what do I dislike? The strings feel like they're added just because. I also don't love the short disco Motown. Well, it's really disco. The pa beep pa beep pa beep pa beep pa pa. Like I know that they're window dressing, but to me, I wasn't crazy about that. And I also didn't care for just sort of, it felt very directionless, even though it had forward momentum. So it's kind of, I'm contradicting myself, but it felt very like, okay, let's write a piece that has a lot of movement. And while I think the guitar aspect of it, and I don't mind the movement, but I felt as though it was just kind of, after a while, just sort of was there. And I'm not just hating on it because it's Persona 5. Like, I'm not doing it to be funny. Like, I just like, it's a style of music that I really don't know why I dislike. And that's partly why I haven't done a lot of talking about Persona, because if I'm going to talk about it and I know I'm going to be quote unquote negative, I want to make sure that I come armed with like really, for me, really accurate reasons as to why. That said, do I think it's like, well, I don't think it's a banger, but do I think that the momentum's really satisfying in it? Yeah, 1,000,000%. I think it's a great little ditty to like play on the, to play the game with, you know what I mean? Do I think that it could be better? Yeah, I do. I don't know how. That's like out of my pay grade, but I do think that, yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but those are just some initial thoughts. I mean, it's like fun. It's just a fun little piece. And I could sit here and be like, "Oh, it's great. It moves. It's a banger." But I don't think it is. But it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. I really don't know. I really don't know why. I really still don't know why I don't like Persona 5 soundtrack yet. Like overall. And it frustrates me because I would like to know why. I'd like to be like, okay, this is why I don't like this. Instead, I'm like, man, I don't. And a part of me is because I grew up with this sound and my dad was really into Jamiroquai. I always forget how to pronounce it. And so sometimes I would wake up to this music and it pissed me off every time. And I just don't know. Why. Anyway, before we hop over to the Highlands, I want to listen to the Sunlands. Walking across patches of sands in the desert. This one is relation to Primrose. All right, the Sunlands. Wait. I mention this every time I hear an Octopath Traveler track. It is obscene. It is obscene how good Yasunori Nishiki is as a composer, number one. Number two, it is obscene that I know it's a much smaller track, but Octopath Traveler, their new take on retro RPGs, JRPGs, had orchestration, but not Final Fantasy 16. It still boggles my mind. I know it's a much smaller project, but like, and so they put the budget accordingly. But like, my God, is all of Octopath Traveler truly one of the most sublime soundtracks. Like, period. It is so good. Oh, I forgot how much I love this track. So the reason why I don't stop is because it's just a piece that's so like rich in its simple melody and texture, because you have the percussion, you have the guitar strumming in the background, you have the beautiful melody line, and you also get this natural sort of desert type sound without resorting to like, you know, whatever mode it is desert themes tend to be in. And it just has this beautiful lilt of discovery, you know, da 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 da, but it's also somber, and it also, the way that the melody goes up, ba da ba da 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 ba da da ba da da da, it's almost like, you know, based on what I know about Primrose's character, is it's all about like getting to the bottom of something and like navigating towards a goal and towards a sense of freedom and peace. And so like the song, it just feels, it feels like a balm to the soul of like, you know, I don't know, it's just lovely. There's like no words for it. You know what I mean? It's just lovely. It's just lovely. You know what I mean? It's very like, it's like you can't really put into words how a piece sometimes can transcend emotion and really like lean into like the feeling of like trying to trying to find a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? Again, the simplicity coming from the melody, I think, is what really stands out to me, because it's just classic JRPG writing where you could put that with 8-bit, 16-bit, and it would still stand out, because it's so melody forward that it doesn't, there's no reason to fluff it up with like a bunch of other stuff, you know? And yeah, there's some like accentation, like there's the in the background and things, but in general, the piece just exists like beautifully by itself. So Redcar, you think that Hills of Radiant Winds is similar? I mean, a little bit in the way that it starts. I think so. I think you're right. Let me just. Yeah, I see what you mean. Obviously, this is faster.
You provide a physic in your heart.
Obviously, it's faster, but I think what you're hearing, obviously, is that dum shako dum shako dum shako dum taka taka dum taka dum taka. Slow it down by half, sure. Yeah. That's actually so true. Well, not this one. Hold on. I actually still prefer the instrumentation on this. It sounds on the Octopath. It sounds so pure. I think that's the end of Turandot. Yes, it is. Okay, so now we're going to do another Octopath. This is the Highlands as opposed to the Sunlands. Over the vast horizon and heavy strings. Let's go. And we'll be here for quite a while. I'm assuming my internet's not going to die. Oh my gosh, the French horn. Da, da, do, do, do. So majestic. High no longer on plane. The string accents, oh my gosh, it's so lovely. And then the natural dee dee. Ends in a question. It's amazing how contemplative that also feels. I love that little lick there. Da dee da dee da dee da. And then this feels like doubling down, you know. I'll stop there. I lost my train of thought because it's so pretty. The way that it resolves down is always so intriguing to me. I love this piece. I mean, this whole soundtrack is just so majestic. I never finished it, but it's definitely one of my favorite soundtracks, I would say. At least in the last 5 years. I was in Switzerland. It came out in 2018, summer of 2018. I'll never forget that summer. That soundtrack is so special to me because it was my friend. Quite literally. I was so lonely when I was in Switzerland, and Octopath Traveler soundtrack, I had started playing it and I was just constantly sweating buckets. I remember I was in Switzerland and I was in this 3rd floor apartment, just sweating my butt off. There was no cross breeze in this apartment. It was just hot as hell. And I would walk to l'Université de Genève and I would listen to this. Usually I would start my day with the main theme. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. I think that's the really cool thing about video games and video game music is that the context of the game is great. I mean, that's what they're written for. But that soundtrack was the context. That my life was the context of that soundtrack for me. Hope, possibility, picking up your feet and moving on. It's such a... All right, this is the new weekly boss. Yes, this is the one with opera, I think. This one should be interesting for you to analyze. Of course, if you're already planning to do a video on it, just jump to the next track. I'm going to push record on my end. Are you still here? Yes, we're good. All right. The Game Before the Gate boss theme. Let's check this out. I've heard great things about this piece, actually. Wow. Ooh, the slowdown. Oh, I love that. All right, then we get to this Russian dance almost. Wow, sharp string sustain. Wait. Right there is a prime example. So this oscillates between playful and super deadly. And I actually love that juxtaposition because you get one part where we just stop. You get that. And then on the flip side, you get. So you get this oscillation between dangerous and silly and fun. Now, obviously, it looks like it's taking place on a giant chessboard. So maybe that's the playful energy of it. But I'm also seeing Mona's hat back here, so maybe it's all it's not actually all that serious. It's also just kind of maybe for fun. And obviously I wouldn't say that the stakes are really high, but one of the most incredible things is really the piano playing. And I grew up with listening to a lot of piano, a lot of Liszt, a lot of Chopin. And so whenever I hear this reminds me very much of Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. It has this similar energy. It's a massive piece. This is actually an insanely... Again, Genshin's music, obviously I haven't listened to a lot of it since Yupeng Chen left. I have been taking an extended break from Genshin for a variety of reasons, but the one thing I would say is that Genshin's music continues to be really solid. And while I felt that Yupeng Chen's leaving sort of left, I was such a fan of Yupeng Chen's music that it was kind of hard to stay with that sound. I never really felt like it was bad music, But hearing this is interesting because this is very... very in line with the sound that I really always loved about Genshin and love about Genshin. It's this very clean orchestral writing. And this is, crazy. It's great. You also feel weight and size in the left hand of the piano. Dum 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 dum, like all that. Castanets are not. Huh? Like you hear how that's like intertwined with like some sort of magic in there because it's intertwined with it. Almost sounds like Nightmare Before Christmas. There's Danny Elfman for sure. But in between that, you get this real like toil, toil, spirit and bubble. You know what I mean? Like that's the sound. Just the strings like sliding up and down. And then we get staccato here. Doubles in size. Phase 2. Phase 2. What? Boom, bum, bum, bum. A lot of doubling. Nice unison singing there. Actually, this little corner is worth talking about. I mean, I have thoughts, but what I find really funny here is that this is basically laughter. And then it's like, oh wait, we have to be serious. I'm gonna eat you. Isn't this funny? Isn't this funny? We're having fun, but I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? That's kind of the. I will say the vocals are just the extensions of the orchestration. Like there's nothing special about this. The singers are great, but there's nothing special about the. They're not soloists. They're part of the ensemble. And in this case, it's very interesting when we choose to take singers, which are usually front and center, and the leads or the dominant force of a piece, and we integrate them within the instrumentation. So these guys are just instruments, which is, I mean, obviously that's what voices are, but singing in that case. But you often hear them as soloists. So it's very interesting to hear them kind of just there. And there's a ton of doubling in this. I actually think that the like sort of orchestra, like EDM-y sort of like fantastical part is like, I mean, I'm looking at this image, obviously it's like a king and a queen of chess pieces. And I think like that's sort of summoning those, that's that summoned sound of those things. Yeah, it's really cool. Hang on, let me finish it out. Lovely. I mean, what a great little piece. And I think, again, this, like, not only does it show the chops of Genshin's compositional team, but it also showcases how cool opera can be and how, like, we can elevate a piece of music, even though that piece was great all by itself. But having the vocals in there sort of adds another wrinkle that I think is really satisfying to listen to, don't you think? I mean, it's like so much fun because we add the vocals. And it also, like, there's a human flair to it too, where it's also really interesting to hear humans create you know, like it's very unique to hear the buoyancy of the diaphragm as we do this ha-ha-has, and I find that to be very, very, very charming. It's playful and devious at the same time, so it's not necessarily like the most like it's not something that I put on and be like, I gotta jam out to that. Like it lacks a little bit of the finesse that you would want from something a little bit more like something a little bit more energetic. Maybe it has a sort of whimsy to it that I think is not like, I'm not going to go on my car playlist per se, but I'm really impressed with the return to form. It reminds me a lot of Die Midsommernacht Fantasy. This sort of playful, almost, this is opera, classical music in parentheses, just like almost like it's larger than the original scope of the inspiration, if that makes sense. But yeah, really, really just like a lovely little sound. It's very fun. Very fun. More Genshin. The Chosen of Dragon's Trials. Blackluster Soldier from Genshin Impact. I might as well record this one too. You hear the wind. Very rich. This is a very rich piece. The Chosen of Dragon's Trials. What an interesting name. And you really hear those dragon trials. At the beginning, I feel like it's our sense of, I actually didn't love the first 10 seconds. I felt that melody felt a little hokey. But then as we, once we kick in, that really feels like determination. And it feels like a confident like set of like ideals where it has to be like, you know what? I don't have a choice. I got to double down and I got to head up this mountain and I got to fight these dragons. And then you see the dragon around like a minute 30, 40, and you're like, oh no, that dragon is massive. Okay, well, I pull out my sword from my scabbard and I say, well, I have at the demon dragon. And then there's this exchange of blows and you hear that musically. And then, you know, at the same time, you hear the wind and maybe you're flying through the air on your own dragon. And you're having this back and forth with the dragons. It's much more of a tone poem than an individual piece. And by tone poem, what I mean is a piece of music that is telling a story. And those are programmatic works in the orchestral lexicon that are there because you can kind of see the imagery with your mind's eye. It doesn't need context. It's a very well thought out piece of orchestration, and it's very good. And there's danger right there. Like, that's all tension, right? And that's the voice of strength. I like the upper violin approach here very much. And there's a natural growth here, actually, which is really cool. A lot of doubling and trills in the typical orchestral stuff. I really like this. This little motif is nice. See, yeah. That's victory. Sort of cascading, flying up through the clouds, slowing down, reaching the pinnacle, the peak. Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, that's what's there to say. I mean, it's like so nice. I love. What a great little melody. And again, I mean, it's just like really beautiful orchestral writing. I mean, there's a reason why there's a Genshin Impact orchestral tour, because the music really fits an orchestral setting. And I've been saying that for years now. Genshin's music, especially this style of it, and you know, it just works. It just works in an orchestral setting in a big way. And it's lovely. It's rich. It's melodically focused. There's a lot of accentation around it. There's a ton of melody focus, while also, you know, yeah, it's lovely. Lovely. Ooh, I am Setsuna or Faster Than Light. Let's do Faster Than Light. I only recently have gotten good at this game after playing it casually for years, and I get to hear this song way more. It's a perfect song to build up suspense as you control your space crew to stand against the rebels and save the known galaxy. Last Stand. Are those spoons? Ooh. Oh wow, this is cool. No way. What a build. It reminds me of Sephiroth. I'm so glad I picked this one. Wow, really with an 8-bit sound? Alright, I'm sorry, I meant Genova, yeah, my bad. That's what I meant. You're right. We're gonna finish today. Oh, I love this percussion so much. That's really dope. What a great little tune. It doesn't necessarily go like anywhere like crazy high, right? But it doesn't need to. Like what a terrific little piece. Loved. Assassin's Creed 3, love. No one talks about Assassin's Creed 3. One of my most favoritist games. Man, I played the poop out of this game when it came out. I'll never forget having Paul Revere ride on my back, spanking my booty as we shouted that the British were coming. This plays for the first time in AC3 during the Battle of Concord, and this is used again later on for another mission. I feel this piece was better fit for the horseback mission where Connor was silencing enemies running through the woods. I'll never forget going into the battlefield and just... I miss AC3. I should go play it again. Your older brother worked on these? Really? Oh my god, Brotherhood is one of my favorite games ever made. Have you not been in here ever, Acadian, when I've talked about how much I miss Brotherhood multiplayer? Brotherhood's multiplayer was one of my favorite game experiences ever. Oh my god. I love Brotherhood. I love Brotherhood. Oh my god. Yeah, Istanbul. Yeah, that was Revelations. I love the tension in this so much. It's so great. I love the hits too. Bang, shut down, down, bang, shut down, down, bang, shut down. All right. Yado. Hey, what's up, Kanaki? Kaneki? Thanks for the raid over there on YouTube. Sick. Really enjoyed that. Final Fantasy IX. Hard to pick just one track from the piano opera series. One of the biggest scenes in FF9 was when everyone's rallying. Yeah, Marco Meatball piano opera cover when? Not Alone opera piano cover. Wait, piano opera? What? What is this? What do you mean piano opera? Published by Square? How have I never heard this? Oh my god. Yes! Thank you for that. What a gift that was. Thank you so much for that. Piano opera. Yeah, look at this. I didn't even know this existed. That's an immediate download. Thank you so much. That was just magic. Thank you so much. Matoya's Cave? Eternal Wind? Ooh. The Man with the Machine Gun? Wow, I can't wait to listen to this. Ooh, thank you so much. Thymesia. I actually listened to this entire OST not too long ago. Corvus is such a great track. This is a song that plays for the final boss. Corvus is also the name of the player character. Really underrated soundtrack here. Hey, Kal-El, what's up? Yeah, Limbus has got great stuff. Did you just say Ace Combat? What'd you say? Ace Combat! I love this. Nice key change. Yeah, super underrated. I mean, is it a little bit rough around the edges? 1,000,000%. Is it really intriguing? It feels very Bloodborne-ian in its nature. There's some really cool stuff that this game does. I didn't play a lot of it, but I got to the first boss. No, I think I finished the first boss. It's very pleasant. It's just a little rough around the edges, and you kind of have to be okay with that. But it's a very good little game, little Souls-like. I think the soundtrack is sometimes tough because it doesn't necessarily always go somewhere. Like some of the tracks feel a little bit generic is too strong a word for what I'm trying to say, but that's the first word that pops in my brain. This final track here with Corvus is really fun. There's some really good stuff here. If you like Souls likes, there's no reason not to play Thymesia. You probably already have, to be honest. But I very much enjoyed listening to the entire soundtrack. I think it was 2 months ago. It's a great little thing. It's a great little game, and I really like the design of Corvus. You know what's weird? So there's Wushang Fallen Feathers is coming up in conversation a lot right now. It is a beautiful game, but I will say I'm amazed by some of the people are saying that the combat's great. I don't know. That is some of the floatiest combat I've ever tried in a Souls-like. I will not continue to play that until some things are adjusted. Fate Grand Order? How did you know? I finally caught up with Avalon Le Fay, the longest and most well-regarded chapter of FGO. For reference, is longer than the entire LOTR trilogy. What? It is? And I decided to pick a track from it. I may continue to do so for the next few picks. Actually, there are a lot of beautiful and intriguing pieces from this chapter to go through. I recall you had a live performance of Oberon's theme suggested for one of your previous streams, but I decided to start with one of my favorite battle themes. It's one of brave characters. You know what? I was this close. Hey, Sanger, what's up, buddy? I was this close. I said, no. Away with you, demon. FGO. Decisive battle. But Fate Stay Night, though, I'm all about. Oh, yeah. 1,000,000%. Oh, yes. Wait, can I just say that like the concept of fate? Now I don't know why the Holy Grail needs to be discovered, or I know that like obviously it grants one wish, and whatever the wish is, it grants, right? Fine. I haven't gotten to the part of the story if they ever explain why the Holy Grail is around, but can I just say like how cool it is to like be able to summon a servant. You don't really know what kind of servant you're gonna get, but you have to find the piece of equipment. And like the fact that Tosaka's like, I found like the remnants of a snake of fire or whatever the hell he says. It's a spoiler? Don't say anything. Pretend I never asked. Love the doubling. I mean, what's not to like? Of course you like that piece. That piece is awesome. It's repetitive. It tells you exactly like the feeling of tension, and it just keeps us in a moment, in a state. And I mean, what a nice little piece. I mean, it's just like fun. I really enjoyed that. Really nice. Now, do I think it's repetitive? Yeah. Do I think that maybe it doesn't necessarily go anywhere? So like someone might not find it interesting? Yes. Do I like it? Yes. So it's fun. Crimsoneer. The Cycle battle theme. In The Cycle, you were a prospector. The planet is covered in deadly storms, so you and other prospectors fought in the eye of the storm to collect crystals and other resources before eyes closed and evac left. Oh, the eye closed. The Circle. The Cycle. What? What? Hey! What is this? What is this? Oh! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What is the Cycle? What the hell is the Cycle? What is the Cycle? Who's heard of this game? The Cycle? The Cycle? The Cycle. Huh? PvEVP. First-person shooter escape from Tarkov, huh? Oh, here it is. They relaunched it. It's gone. It got closed due to a ton of cheaters. Give it back. Ah, the Cycle Frontier is no longer available on the Steam store. Whoa. Wow, dead game. Wow, dead game. Dead game. I listen to music from dead games. Video right there. Oh man, that's so sad. Damn. That looked fun as fuck. That looked fun as poop. Wow, I love that track though. Deltarune, Chapter 3 and 4, third section, third sanctuary. Play the other song if you do not want to listen to Deltarune's soundtrack on stream. I want to see if this gets copyright claimed. It is repetitive. I mean, I like it, but I'm like, okay, I don't need to listen to the whole thing. I mean, it's fine. I think it would fit the context much better. I love the rhythm shifts. Hold on. Oh, what? That's whole one song? The best part. Now I like the mixed meter rhythm shifts. I think those are really nice. I really like when those sort of the string sound kind of comes in. But admittedly, that is 4 minutes. That's a little too long. That could have been a really nice 2-minute track. I think that the repetition is sort of like, okay. Obviously, it works really well when it comes to context, of course, but I think that the heart and soul of the piece is, and also the most replay part is the back half of it. The melody's really nice in that. So that's the final version of the motif. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really good. I like it. I mean, it's really nice. It's really nice. But yeah, I really like the back half of that especially. I don't know if Deltarune hits me as hard as Undertale does. Like, what I heard from Deltarune Part 1 and 2 was good, but there were like five tracks that really, like, I think really I connected with. The biggest one being Fields of Hopes and Dreams, which I loved, and Don't Forget. That was also really pretty. I can't remember a lot of them. But also I didn't play through it, so maybe that's part of it too. I honestly, I wish I could. It's kind of a massive mess, to be honest, because Toby on Twitter says, go ahead and use my stuff, and if you get claims, just dispute it. But then you dispute the claim, and Materia says that you can't. And so there's this dynamic here. And listen, I mean, Materia is just doing its job. I think it's really easy to be like, well, Materia. I mean, they're actually just being they're actually protecting Toby and doing their job. You know, I think that there is some sort of a disconnect there between what the truth is and what the actual thing is, because, you know, then I saw another message that said, like, there's too many people are false claiming it because it's out there so far. It's a mess. I mean, I would love to stream I wouldn't want to stream this game, actually, excuse me. I would love to upload a musical Let's Play of it, but the work required and the editing cost required to get something like that out, and then, you know, not be able to do anything with it because of this, that, and the other, because of claims, sucks. This is the main title track of Sea of Thieves, an online multiplayer game where you're a pirate exploring and voyaging in the fantastical world. It provides a motif used throughout many tracks in the game soundtrack, and a slightly different version of the song plays during an intro cinematic that plays when you boot up the game. The cinematic gives a brief explanation of the game and some of the various factions through unique visuals on a map and a series of rhymes. And then you partner up with Jack Sparrow, and you take on a giant squid. Let's listen to Maiden Voyage. I actually love Sea of Thieves. I wish I had a group of friends who would play it with me. That and most recently, Wild Gate. You know, yesterday I was playing Wild Rift? Wild Gate. Wild Rift. I don't know. It's another one of these team games. And these two guys were talking, and I'm shouting at them. I'm like, hey, this is my second time playing. Let me know what you need. Oh, we should definitely go over there. These mother truckers didn't even listen. They didn't even pay attention. They ignored me. Now, it could be because I was in my Discord chat. All right, let's listen to Maiden Voyage. You would play with me? Ah, yes, I love this track. What's not to love? It's all like precise. It still has all that short to it. I love the short, bouncy quality of it. So much fun. Wow, that's... Whoa! Listen to the horn. Oh my gosh. That's huge. Ahoy to Love it. My best friend eats hummus this on the daily. Oh, hums this on the daily. Wow, I love the ticking clock as it fades, because you know what? You may think that you're chosen for adventure, but you still might get your butt kicked by a giant megalodon shark. Very special game, Sea of Thieves. It was always on my like desperately must play list before I had a Windows PC. Yeah, and then I played it and it was fine. I mean, it wasn't as fun by yourself, but it was still like, I'll never forget the first time I like booted up Sea of Thieves. And I was like, oh my God, I can finally play Sea of Thieves. And then I booted it up and I was like, oh my God, the waves. And then, yeah, it was awesome. Ooh, Chalky Woods. Super Arrange. You bet your booty. I'm saying that. The Super Arrange version of the final dungeon theme from Etrian Odyssey 3. Super Arrange versions are not in-game versions of the song, but rearrangements released on a simple official album after the game's release. Yeah, let's do that. The Drowned City. Chalky Woods. Very pretty there. Wait, there's a new demo for Soulframe? Like, they updated it? Near Automata 0. I like how it repeats, but it still deviates from itself. Wow, the strings in the back are just so lovely. Oh! What a nice piece. It was such a mood, you know. Just like, that was lovely. I actually don't have much to say about it. I just like sitting there, like you could put that on and it just like transports you, you know. It's just so much fun. I really just I found that incredibly like peaceful, you know. Really nice. How can I keep forgetting it if I don't know what it is? Alice Madness Returns. Madness. Ooh, I've always wanted to play this. American McGee's Alice games are cult classics. A retelling of the Alice in Wonderland story. In the first game, Alice... Doesn't she kill people in this, though? Alice must restore Wonderland to its former beauty, and in doing so restores her own mind. In the second game, Alice is still not recovered fully and flip-flops between reality and Wonderland as she attempts to recall the accident that led to the death of her family. Hey, yo, what? I want to play this. Does it work on Steam? I tried to install it on my Steam Deck and it wouldn't work. I heard this game is very special, actually. Hello. Diva, yes, I'm gonna edit it later tonight. Or try tomorrow. I'm gonna end up working tomorrow. Hey, Siren! Wow. so short. That is so full of like devious personality. Like there's so much tension in it, and it feels really distorted and disturbed. It's really cool. This game needs to scare me. You're right, bub. I remember it also being at Staples and Target. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was just afraid of it, I think, or I thought it was a horror game. I would play it now. Oh, by the way, if you haven't played Octopath Traveler, it's currently on sale for the weekend, 60% off, up to anyway. That means the first one's $20, the second one is $23. Wow, that's a steal. And both of them are $22. What? Both of them? Oh no, it's just, what? Oh no, you can get either or. Great little game. First one is okay story-wise, but the setting is beautiful. Oh, Sword! Ready or Not, man. Ready or Not. Chat, how do you guys feel about the Ready or Not situation? Do you feel that the censorship that they did for... Well, okay, hold on. Censorship. Do you think that it's bad that they censored a lot of their content, like some of the darker stuff, because of the console release? Or do you think to yourself, well, the game's still good? The censorship significance is overblown to an ungodly degree. I mean, I saw what they changed. I actually think they should have also left the PC. I think that's mostly my stance. I mean, yeah, I'm not censorship. Censorship is complicated. Oh, they promised to never do that. Censorship is bad. My whole nation now has to jump through hurdles to find a hog cranking. I hate you for typing that. The combat theme for one of the missions from Ready or Not that is somewhat infamous in the community for being one of the first missions to start introducing the darker twists. Oh, is this the tanker? Oh, you don't like the yap? Wow. I mean, do you think that the devs will roll it back? That's my question. It dragged on. So rude. Pancakes. Luna? Go out. Go. The sound of the laundry. I'm very intrigued by this. Oh, come on. Really? Oh, what a letdown. I was in it. I was in it. Oh, man. I mean, like it or not, like that is a stunning little track. I mean, little 7 minutes worth, but like it's impressive to me how much that creates in the sense of tension when you're spinning around each corner and not knowing where to turn. Boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, boom. You just feel like something's not right the whole time. There's this real feeling of isolation in it too, like it's just like oppressive. And then I was really hoping that the payoff would really deliver, but the payoff is so short. That was musical blue balls without any relief, which is kind of really frustrating because I mean, I still really loved where it went, but I was just like, come on, just like push a little bit further. Like, let's really like explore that natural sort of gradual build. And instead it's so frustrating. I really loved the track. I just felt like it really didn't deliver. That's really such a bummer. I feel very passionately about that. That is a major bummer for me. I would have really liked a lot more there because I loved the percussion in it. I loved the sense of stress in it. Yeah, it didn't hit like I hoped it did, but it was still great. Yunara, the Unbroken Faith, champion theme for the newest League of Legends champion Yunara. She was released as part of the Spirit Blossom event. It's directly linked to the past League of... Oh yeah, is this the other Kevin Penkin track? Yeah, it is. what I thought was absolutely powerful about that is how it naturally builds up to this sense of like, it feels like Yunara is trying to find herself. You know, there's this feeling where when things kind of join into unison, it's like whatever is sort of broken and split apart about, you know, whatever she's seeking. Once the resolve kicks in, that's when we double down on the percussion and the duality. It's really, 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 really elegant. And like a sense of almost like discovering the self and saying, you know, really it's the back half that I think it goes on a really nice journey in 4 minutes, and it feels like it just really delivers on the release and the percussive beats, especially in the back half here. Like in here, there's still conflict, and then we pivot. There's a sort of like feeling in that which, because of the doubling of just never surrendering and never giving up and never allowing themselves, Yunara, to be like, to ever stop, you know, and it's really like this doubled down energy. It's like terrific. It's so much fun. It's a beautiful piece. I may want to revisit that actually. Let's go to Drakengard 2. 3 of the bosses you fight against from Drakengard 1. This is a song of tragedy for Mana, Came, Angelus, all broken by their experiences. Yes, I'm all about that. Tomorrow is the Uwa at 10 a.m. What? How is this the Drakengard soundtrack? I thought... Yeah, I'm excited. Memento Mori. I actually don't know that. I love that to bits. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I gotta share that with somebody at some point. Man, that's elegant. That's so elegant. That was beautiful. Ooh, boy. Really like that. Okay, Zoh Shia. This is the Mount theme. This is from Monster Hunter Wilds. It's like it's not the final boss, but it's like the final boss of the low rank story mode, and it's an amalgamation of well, okay, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just say that it's an otherworldly sort of genetically engineered monster, and it's Zoh Shia's theme here is very heavy. Obviously, like the size and scale of it is massive. And what I really like about it is that it sounds nuclear. You get this boom. It's nuclear. There's this amazing feeling of like just absolute, like just ferocity in it, which is just so good. And I also love, I mean, there's like so many little nuanced details in this particular theme. I just love how synthetic it is. You know, it's cool. Let's listen to phase 2. There's a big transition. I wish the audio quality was a little better. Thanks, Matthew. Love the trumpets. Oh, Bacon, I picked Drakengard 2. I loved it. I mean, what a sick theme. I need to sit down and really listen to this and do a proper analysis of it, because like a proper like stop and start like every 5 seconds analysis, because there's so much going on. It's impossible like It's one of those pieces where a lot of the Wild soundtrack is like this, in Monster Hunter in general. Actually, no, I take that back. I think that Wilds is a really complex piece. There's a lot of moving parts in there that I think would be really interesting to like break down bit by bit because there's so much stuff happening. It's actually overwhelming to the ear. Zoh Shia is a very, very, very cool monster. I want to listen to La-Mulana. I want to listen to the original Grand Ritual SCCCC version. Am I supposed to listen to both of these? I think probably yes. Oh yes, Red Car. Yes, you're right. Thank you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You posted this video, Red Car? 15 years ago? I wonder if they even know. My brain I just had like a mental breakdown for 10 seconds because I was like, oh, this must be Zardonis Red Car. Hold on now. See you, Bricks. Alright, and there's a loop for that, but I want to go back and listen to the I guess this is Twin Labyrinths as notable exception in front of back sounds near perfect mirror images of each other. Oh, this is the remake. Hold on, what does this sound like? Whoa! Metal Slug? MSX? Metal Slug X Games? I think I prefer the original, to be honest. The original had a little bit more personality, but maybe also like, let me, hold on one sec. Yeah. Also, I will say that the only thing I feel about both those tracks is that it kind of meanders a little bit too much. Like it kind of like, it's one thing, then it's another thing, then it's another thing, then it's another thing. And I don't feel like a through line through it, except for ba-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. So I'm not crazy about that, but I liked the journey. I would like to hear more from the MSX because that's a pretty interesting sound too, by the way. Because it sounds slightly different than from like an NES, obviously because the chip is different, but I'd be curious. Razormind. Yeah, please do. Payday 2. Trinity. The beta version of the version released with the full launch, although similar, this one feels more concise as a heist music, and I prefer it slightly more. I really want to play Payday 2. Is Payday 2... Well, Payday 3 was a total flop, right? So, do people still play... Well, let's look. Payday 2. I should sit down and play this. I love this vibe. This is a nice vibe. Oh yeah, there's 31,000 people playing this right now at 4:30 on a freaking Friday. It's on sale for $3. Yeah, it's a global number. Oh, this is cool. I wish I played this for my percussion friend. Yeah, it's 4:30. That drive, my God, that's awesome. Matthew. What's up, Borg? Dude, I loved that track. Thank you for sharing it. Loved. We had some really good tracks today. Mega Man 8, stage theme for Grenade Man. Cool. I just listened to my first, I've never heard any Mega Man music. I just heard my first bunch yesterday for the first time. Listen to that bass. It's always shocking to me after what I've listened to yesterday how much these themes are like mood pieces as well as like stage themes, or well, you know, about like Grenade Man, right? Like Grenade Man is pretty chilled out if this is what he's, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty wild. That's just a mood. I mean, I can't even tell you what the hell's going on in the stage, but like what I know is it's a damn awesome vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's an exceptional little piece of music. It's super fun. When's a crossover with Fantano? I don't think he knows I exist. Otherwise, anytime I would have to reach out to him probably. Pokefan let me, Redcar, take over his slop for the month, saying he'd rate me on how much you cringed. Oh, God. So here's a grating but fascinating musical story from Artanelico, wherein the system administrator rehabilitates the antagonist from the first game and the latter very nearly relapses into insanity in the process. exec_die_shadow_x_Veniceland. What's happening? One sec. What if I don't cringe? Okay, red car. Where's my Metroid? This is what I... It is quite the story, though. I think it really fits, you know? Yeah, no, they're very talented. It's hard to do this. I mean, is it jarring? Yes. Oh my god, this is the longest 5 minutes of my life. It's very beautiful though. You want the title of this song? exec_die_shadow_ includes .x_venuslant./ Holy crapola. Oh, red car. You know, on the one hand, I thought it was really impressive because it really is a scene. It's a journey. It's a journey of like awakening, right? Of like change too. Man, dude, I'm like, maybe it's because you're catching me like near the end of the day, but like it didn't roll off the ears. You know what I mean? Like it kind of, I don't hate it. I would never play that for anybody. Let's put it that way. If you play that for somebody, they're going to be like, what am I listening to? On the one hand, it's extremely cool, extremely experimental. It plays with a ton of like dissonance. I think it definitely has like musical integrity, but it was also very difficult to really like tune in and okay. Dwarf Fortress, Your Own Candle, main theme. One of the two creators of this game made the melody after picking up and learning the guitar in about a year. It's pretty impressive considering how good it is. For me, it feels like a dwarf sitting around a campfire telling the story of the fortress. I've heard great things about this game. How it started with a few dwarfs and was made into a great hall where plenty of people traveled, and then how it fell into ruin. So sad. It's very somber. Really about the like death and loss, and it's Actually kind of bleak. I thought it was going to be a little bit more positive. Shoddy. Take care, Inko. Okay. Cool, Rindos, so thank you for telling me. It feels more like the Last of Us intro. Like this would fit in the world of the Last of Us. That's really interesting. I really didn't expect that. What a really stunning Somber Peace. Part of me is like, well, 7 minutes is too long. And then I listened to it again and I'm like, well, you know, we really go on a whole journey there, don't we? It's so morose. It feels listless, you know? It's the Tosca tier and above. I found that deeply contemplative. What an interesting piece. Yeah, like someone who can't cry. 1,000,000%. It feels totally lost. Totally lost. All right, let's finish up. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, the Ravenous Star. This song serves as the climactic battle against the cult of the Ravenous Star, but depending on your choices, not the final one with the cult. Holy whiplash. Okay. Oh my god, chaos. Ooh. That's obscene. I loved it. I love the chaos in it. I love the all that. It's just it's topsy-turvy. It keeps you on your toes. It makes you feel like you can't breathe. The intensity, the pushing in it. Yeah, I mean it's the Ravenous Star. It's a very hungry song. Yeah, I loved it. I'm not looking for words because it really scratched the itch. All right, and then we're going to check out, this is from Memento Mori, Elfriede, the Lance. It is one of the 106 character songs. Elfriede, a kind woman that was a successor to the Pope, was possessed by the devil and started witch hunts. Her lament has some pieces from other witches' laments. She brought pain and suffering. Really? What is Memento Mori? Is it a gacha game? Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, it's a live... Ooh, it's live! Oh my god, I heard breath. What? How can this be? A pope possessed by the devil. Okay. Pretty. Doubling it, well, you're really, in this case, tripling. Some really nice harmony in there, but moving at the same time is so great.
Into the farthest reaches of death.
Wow, what?
Flashes of distant memories. Looking back, the wishes we had. Slow slowly turn into huge mistakes.
Wow, I love her voice. Oh my god, listen to the beautiful bassoon. Wow.
These withered flowers freeze like ice. They seek the warmth of burning flames. Even this mighty sword is tarnished with rust. Twisted radiance, now it's lost here. Oh, fallen to endless darkness, swayed by the hands of destiny. The light fades away, knowing not we just wander, drifting relentlessly out of sight.
Wow, that's so elegant. Oh, that percussion in the back too. It's so elegant. What's this EDM now? What?
Unraveling life's intricate path, tragic destiny waiting, peaceful breeze and sweet melodies now remain a fragment in time. When thunder is Christ called out in pain.
Hey, what's up, Phoenix? Thank you, Adioski. Yusuke.
Forgotten voices sing soft, delicate pleas as they're piercing into the soul. Far, far away into madness. Everything has no eternity. Abandon the pain, letting go for the better, patiently waiting to end it.
Oh my god, the trumpet accents down. It's pivoting. It's again, this is all about
Tainted fingertips clasping tight, praying for a conclusion, yet
rallying cry, doubling down on something, committing oneself. It's a classic tropes, right?
Knows no end. Embracing the mistakes, these hands
Yeah, embracing the mistakes.
We're here for you. Only your hands alone, the power to mend. Let this horror come to an end. I wanna fly away from here, soaring so high out of boundaries.
Oh yeah.
I plead and I hope you'll accept this as farewell. I don't need pity, just let me go.
Wow.
As I say goodbye,
What a nice peak and arch there near the
don't
end.
hesitate, say goodbye.
Love the lyrics too, and her voice is so lovely. I love the way the percussion goes in this too. Thank you for the raid, Phoenix. Appreciate it. Wow, what a mood piece. It's amazing how music, these sort of vocal anthems tell a story of like through combination of singing and instrumentation. Like you really get a sense of characterization and like what characters are after. There's a certain honesty about this piece that I think is really lovely. It's gentle, and even when it reaches its peak, it doesn't ever feel shallow. In fact, it feels very lateral, and it feels like in its like sort of expression, it feels very like an outpouring kind of sound, if that makes sense. That was like sublime. I enjoyed that immensely. I thought it was so well made, extremely polished, and it just had like so much heart and soul in it. And like someone who, hey Callie, what's up? Thank you so much. And this like desire for, like navigating life and how to do it. Yeah, this is really beautiful. Well, we did it. top to bottom, thank you as always for those of you that are patrons and for those of you that are not. If you are curious about the Patreon, definitely check it out at patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. From anything from anime to video game music, of course. Really appreciate this. A lot of great selections this month. And thank you as always for coming to hang out and listening to video game music, listening to me rant, and also just, sharing in the beauty of game music, which is ultimately why we're all here. Happy to guide us through that, of course, but it's thanks to you that we get to listen to this bomb music. So it's really, really, really great stuff today and this whole month. All right, guys, take care.